an unforgettable evening. Let's take a look. It's an absolute pleasure to welcome you all here to share our very first 1 million minutes award ceremony.
Please welcome on stage mental health loneliness champion Keith Ireson.
Anything anyone can do to let people know they're not alone, and that's why I love this whole campaign.
Volunteer of the Year winner Dale Mallard.
It's not enough to lay down your life for your country, but you're prepared to keep going, keep giving back.
The winner is Kelly Lindsay from Friend Indeed.
The great thing about Friend Indeed is we're teaching children and babies from such a young age the value of being kind.
Our winner is the incredible Hidden Talents.
You guys are doing an amazing job, and I want to follow in your guys' footsteps, so you're my inspiration.
Now we have an animal category.
What is his or her name?
Congratulations.
Yeah. Special recognition.
Whenever you spend the day with Annie, you never have a bad day and you never have a dull day.
Thank you, Daddy, and congratulations.
Thank you to everyone at Good Morning Britain for naming this award after Barbara.
Because I guess nobody really wants to talk about what it feels like to be lonely. So you know what? I will. Thank you for these 1 million.
God bless.
Such a special night for everybody involved.
The
Very
combination of the
emotional.
campaign, everyone's commitments, and all our viewers are pledging over 150 million minutes.
It's amazing, and it was so lovely having it here in our studio. It was such a lovely, intimate award ceremony, and everyone was thrilled to be there. And it was great from our point of view to be able to give them a pat on the back and say, we really appreciate what you're doing up and down the country to help those people who really need it.
Oh, right. And seeing Dame Barbara Windsor
As well, lovely message from Barbara, and having Scott there as well was very, very moving, specifically for Danny Brown, who won the first ever Dame Barbara Windsor award. But I think, you know, for us just to see Barbara and to send that message.
and for him to know, and as you say, Scott as well, it meant everything to him. So wonderful. And also very moving for some other people too.
Yeah, joining us in the studio are 3 of them that were there last night. The lovely Debbie McGee, who presented the Special Recognition Award to our winner Yowei Kigo for her work helping hundreds of widows come to terms with their loss, and our poet Hussein Manawer, who performed exclusively on the night with an extraordinary poem. Lovely to see you all this morning.
Good morning.
Yowei, first and foremost, it took you by surprise.
I know, yeah.
When you found out you'd won the award, but I think maybe the first time in your life you were lost for words.
Didn't quite you just caught me unaware. I never expected that at all. I was speechless.
You were quite quiet for a while, and then you found your words, and your passion came out for the fantastic widows' empowerment that you thought of, invented, and run. Can you tell us a little bit about why you think there's a need for that, and what it does?
Yeah, when it comes to bereavement, a lot of people just don't understand the impact what people are going through. And I just realized people need to understand and able to support people with losing a loved one is a difficult time. It's a tough time.
And you've been there for them throughout your own troubled times. I think it's something like 60 hours a week.
If you can say anything more than 60 hours, I spend lots of time in putting this organization together. It's a lot of work, and sometimes, initial time when I started, it was really hard. Sleepless nights.
Take a seat, I'll bring it over.
Because I walk into this field and I just realized all these people are passing through. So I spend most of my time, even at home, when I said family time, I still can't stop.
It's clearly having a huge impact, and it's something you've been through, and it was amazing to hear you talk yesterday about what you think is since you lost Paul. And actually the benefit that that's had because people know and they've been able to talk with you and share that with you. And I think what you're always doing is helping people that don't necessarily have the opportunity to share with everything.
Yeah, I think, well, anyone that has met her now will know what a special person she is. And what amazed me last night in talking to her is her understanding of grief. As someone that hasn't lost her husband, and yes, grief has lots of different facets of who you've lost, a sibling or whatever, but she's helping people that have lost a partner. And I just found it incredible that she really understood the ongoing support that people need, because it doesn't just stop when they die. And everybody says, oh, phone calls stop after a month. And she's picked up from that, but understands it. And it's amazing what she's doing.
Because that can be the thing, can't it? That everybody's in shock, as they were when we lost Paul. And they're there, they're coming round, bringing casseroles and doing all the stuff, and then there's your organisation of the funeral, and then people sort of begin to go back to their own lives. And for the one that's lost someone, you're still in this grief prison, really, aren't you?
You are, and I think also, which I'm really lucky, as I said last night, because I'm in the public eye, people know what I'm going through. And what's really important with grief is that it used to be that people thought that grief shrunk with time, time heals and all of that. But what they believe now is grief stays the same size. It's how you build your life around it and make it bigger. And what you are doing for people that have lost a partner is helping them achieve that, where otherwise they'd be at home, not being able to move on.
Really movingly, Debbie, it really struck me by what you said, that even, a few years after you lost Paul now, you have to make sure that you schedule things into your day, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to get out of bed. And I was really struck by, how that must feel all these years later, but you still feel it that intensely.
As long as I've got things to do, I'm fine, and I can, I'm very happy, and I can have nights at home on my own and not feel lonely, but every day you still get up without them, so you have to have a purpose. And I just find the days that I don't have a purpose, I really have to force myself to say, right, go and do the ironing, do something.
And you said you count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now get up and go.
I'll throw the duvet off and I get up and I go girl. And I start singing and make myself get going. And this is what you're doing for those women. You're enabling them to actually go out there, meet people that are going through it, and get on, because you have no choice. But some people can't just do that.
Hussein, of course, you lost your mum very suddenly at a really young age, far too young age for her, far too young age for you and your siblings as well. So all of this is stuff that resonates with you, isn't it?
100%. Even just hearing you talk now, well, firstly, congratulations. And you should have won Best Dressed as well. I feel like that needs to be a category next time. We definitely need a Best Dressed category. So when I saw you and everyone, I was just like, oh, okay. This one I come to. I was like, okay.
So I was with Ella Chadwick, little Ella, who's a superstar, ray of sunshine, and she said about you, it's Cinderella.
Your husband was looking sharp too, buddy.
I was like, do you work in fashion? He was like, no, I just threw this out.
Okay.
Hearing you talk, like, it's the exact same thing. I schedule everything. Everything has to be scheduled. I've even moved my bed to be right near the curtains, so in the morning, even when I don't want to wake up, I throw the curtain open and the sun hits me, and I'm like, oh, no, I'm definitely not going back to sleep. I have to get up. And you have to find ways to change your life when your life changes, and it's not easy. It's the hardest thing, and hearing the work that you do and seeing it, it's just, you can just feel it so genuine, and the atmosphere in the room last night was nice. Like I said, like in this world that we're connected, you don't necessarily always feel connection, and I definitely felt it when I see yourself and all the other people that won. It's good. It makes you feel like you're genuinely not alone going through this, because it's the same in my culture, being like Pakistani. When somebody dies, everyone comes to your house, so your house is busy for ages. It's like for a good 4 or 5 weeks there's people coming, but then it slowly stops. And all of a sudden, I think the hardest thing, and I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, but it's when you sit down to have dinner by yourself and you hear nothing. there's silence, and silence can be so loud when you're dealing with grief. So it's like sometimes like I just have the TV on just for the sake of having it on, or I've just got like I'm thinking about getting a cat just so like I have another energy presence around, because it's very hard and it's ongoing. Like hearing you say what you do is exactly what I do as well.
And
so.
also your poem, I think nobody had a dry eye. That was just incredible.
Oh, no, thank you.
You know, it said it all. It said it all about people being lonely. Yeah.
Well, I think you're gonna at some point we'll get you to do a little bit live. Lots of people have said actually, can they get the words to your poem somewhere as well?
Yeah, I'm gonna upload it to YouTube and I'll put the description in. I'll put the lyrics in the description.
Yeah, so they can see that because they all love that. Yeah, wait, you know, you don't do this for recognition. None of this has been done so you can come and sit in a lovely dress. But that said, we are thrilled that you could be here and that more people will get to know about the Widows Empowerment Trust.
And maybe more people will come to you. You might be busy, I'm afraid. Hopefully you can help more people.
Yeah.
But it's growing though, isn't it? I mean,
It's really growing because, especially with these women looking forward to the workshop that I'm doing, sewing, knitting, crochet, croquettes, and pampering session, taking them to jacuzzi, and all of that, celebrating Valentine's Day with them, Mother's Day, recognition. It's overwhelming, and always looking forward to activities because they are lonely at home, and having befriending as well. I have, because I want people to understand what grief is all about, and they can't. So I work with a lot of volunteers as well to able to understand loneliness and to able to understand bereavement. Some people have neighbors that are bereaved. They don't even know what they are going through. So having to connect a lot of volunteers as well in befriending. I do the one-to-one, having placement students to understand bereavement because there's a gap. People don't want to talk about it. People just feel they can just carry on. Just like what Debbie is saying, it's hard. Sometimes they struggle. So they keep telling me if this workshop can carry on every day. Yeah, to go into something creative, something they want to do, and some of them have got skills in them because they're bereaved, they're empty, they can't really help themselves. But with this session I run every week, honestly, they're really connecting and empowering themselves. So it's a really great thing for the Widows Empowerment Trust and getting widows to be recognized because people don't really recognize what widows are passing through.
Well, absolutely, and widows, of course, and grief and all its forms. Look, it's wonderful to talk to you. It's wonderful to celebrate with you, in a way, what you've done, and all the other winners from last night. Have you got a few words this morning? And you usually have, don't you?
Can you give us a
Can you
little
give
bit
us
of the
something?
He never leaves home without his mic.
He's always ready to inspire. That's what we love about him.
Okay, here we have. This is Hussein Manoa with his poem that he wrote especially for us last night.
Nobody wants to talk about what it feels like to be lonely. So you know what? I will. And nobody really wants to tell you there's nothing you can take that can fit into the emptiness of them lonely nights. Oh, and that's real. Because sometimes when you're lonely, you can feel like nobody cares. And that's exactly how you feel. And sometimes when you're lonely, you can feel like the world is against you. And every little thing that's happening out there is coming to get you, to somehow suppress you, until it can mentally undress you. And then bit by bit, it breaks you down. And in this world full of influence, the worst part is when these influences start to depress you. But you see, now I'm in another episode. I really need to let it go. I need to call my friends. I really need to let them know. My thoughts are into overdrive. They're moving into overtime. They're crossing all the borders. They're pushing me through all the lines. Cause Mr. Loneliness, he wants to be a friend of mine. Another paradox, living in a paradigm. But to protect your mental health, you have to start with your mind. Through a manic episode, you really got to take your time and figure it out. Know all your triggers. Look, you can do this. You hold on when it shivers. Cause if there's something that is in the waters, I'm telling you it's coming straight from the rivers. That means it's in the city. It means it's in the clouds. A conversation that we need to talk about. And because of these 1 million minutes, I'm gonna scream and shout. Thank you.
Thank you, Hussein.
Thank you so much. It sends shivers down your spine, doesn't
So
it? And we know that it touches all of you at home, so thank you so much indeed. Thank you.
So you're going to upload that onto your YouTube channel. We'll make sure you can get a copy of that on our website as well, because we've got it from last night, which was fabulous. Yowei, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in. And Debbie, thank you for being there yesterday and sharing
Absolute honour.
Lovely stuff.
And there's still time as well to get
There is,
involved
yeah.
with 1 Minute Minutes. We're not stopping there. You can head to our website.